Hello once again, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of AIW's The Card is Going to Change. Before we get into this week's episode, of course, a shout out to our sponsors that help us bring the show to you for free each and every week on whichever platform you choose to listen. Thanks to Pollyanna DIY. They make all sorts of custom merchandise, including the enamel pins that you all very much love. And we gave out the bobblehead pins as a little surprise to our front row folks. One show, never know. We may do something like that again down the road. But they've got t-shirts and so much more. So make sure you check out the guys at Pollyanna DIY. Thanks to Angelo's Pizza. It is delicious. You've probably had it at one of our shows if you've been there. If you want to try more than just pepperoni or cheese and see what else they've got on the menu, make sure you check out the award-winning Angelo's on Madison Avenue in Lakewood, Ohio. And thanks, of course, to Smart Mark Video, who has recently merged with Independent Wrestling.tv. Those two forces together means that you can watch AIW at any time in a variety of ways. There are DVDs that were recently released and MP4s on Smart Mark Video, so make sure you check those out. I believe including AIW's Too Cold is a recent release there. IndependentWrestling.tv. We've done the live streaming at this point, and they've also got all sorts of other AIW archives there. Use the code ABSOLUTE and get yourself a 5-day free trial to check it all out. This week's episode, we are joined by the Bone Collector, the Italian-American Dragon, Dominic Guarini.
Hello, Steven.
Thought I was going to forget, didn't you?
I mean, if you said it was good. If not,
yeah.
The other way.
Also, Dave the Potato. I tipped big the other day.
He did.
Dawson.
I'm proud of Dave. Hey, the public perception of Dave, we need to change it. Tipped big yesterday when we were out on a ring rental. I'm proud of you, Dave.
$10 on a $19 check.
bill.
That's the word going
around.
around.
How was the steak, tips, and shrimp, Dave?
It's probably the best meal I've ever had at IHOP.
There you go. Hey, welcome to the show, Dave. We're happy to have you, buddy.
Chicken noodle soup.
And, of course, we're always joined by AIW owner John Thorne. Also, Mr. Whiskers at some point, probably in the background. And my name is Steve Guy, your moderator of sorts. On this week's episode, it's a hodgepodge of things, a cornucopia, potpourri, whatever other word you want to use as a mixture of different
Good use
things.
there, Steve.
Things. Let's start with, you brought up Dave the Potato and his tipping. Well, I guess I brought it, but Dave, kudos to you because we just started this Discord chat group. Shout out to the guys at Pod Van Dam who gave us this idea.
Also, Patreon, $5 tier, I believe, gets you in the Discord, gets you in for great things like the Dave the Potato and the Dr. Dan Q&A sessions.
Yeah, a little AMA, and you were a great sport about it, Dave.
I'm always a great sport.
I don't know about
that. But you were a great sport on that day, and people asked you about the tipping then too. You answered well. They said, "What do you tip on 25?"
Here I am. I'm
You
here.
said
I'm
5.
late. I'm late. I'm here though.
You're here. Yeah, I told him that
Thorne's
you'd be
back
here.
from putting the coffee on Kaplan style.
I had to put the coffee on. I had a long night last night. So
Where were you last night?
I was, being the local
charity event,
the local ambassador to the community that I am. I was at a charity event with some bigwigs for the Victims Assistance Program. Doing some. I don't know. They had some auctions and all kinds of stuff.
Did you bid on anything?
No, I just ate the really fancy dinner and took advantage of the open bar. But I needed to put some coffee on if we were going to do this marathon podcast session today.
All right. Okay.
Marathon.
Very good.
That fucking daylight savings time really fucked everything up for me.
Yeah, he jumps an hour ahead, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's throwing my whole day off. Dave the Potato, back to Dave the Potato being a good sport.
Good sport on the Discord. They got all sorts of random questions.
I was very, I was very impressed because, man, people were coming. They were coming for the jugular.
Well, no, you always ask ridiculous questions at first too.
It's all about being honest.
Well, you got to set the precedent. I mean, people are paying $5. They want the
Now, and I wish Dr. Dan was here because Dave the Potato gave it right back the following day to Dr. Dan. You were just grilling the good doctor.
I just had to know.
What was the best question you asked Dr. Dan? What was your favorite one?
Original or extra crispy?
Oh,
I don't think he answered that though.
that was
That's
it.
not
Huh?
a good one.
Terrible question.
That's not a.
I mean,
What is it for
digger.
you, Dave?
I do want to know why sometimes during ring rentals he sits there and twiddles his thumbs and lets people just jack around. But hey,
Oh, I don't know that he lets them. Oof, believe me. I've seen Dr. Dan.
I gotta get Dr. Dan on the horn and get him over here to defend himself.
Seen Dr. Dan get hot
Call him
before.
up, man. Maybe next week we'll have a little live debate here.
Ooh.
Potato and Dr. Dan. But
Also in this Discord, which Dom said, $5 on the Patreon gets you into the Discord. A lot of the AIW roster is in there, so there's
you get a lot of interaction with guys. Dave the Potato obviously is in there. Dr. Dan, Matt Justice,
Mr. Brickster in there telling everybody that he's digging 10-foot holes.
The Brickster needs to watch out because this could be used against him in a court of law if he keeps headbutting Matt Justice.
My goodness.
Yeah, he's a wild
Who else?
card.
We got some others in there. We got AIW bartender Nick Sanka. He's heading up the XFL side chat.
Yeah, we got some side
The Fan
chats
Gang?
going on
Yeah.
there.
The side chats are, we have XFL, we have Patreon suggestions, and
we have the podcast
suggestions.
suggestions, yep.
And then we just
And
have
then
a
there's a main one. Yeah.
general chat.
Yep.
Community chat.
General chatter. So, Derek, director's in there.
Yeah, Potato, though, good sport.
Always about being honest.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you're 2020, man, reinventing your image, huh?
Clear as day.
Maybe we should see if referee Tom Dunn will do an AMA and be just as honest.
I might sit that one out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what do we got on the docket here today, Steve?
Well, I've got all sorts of people asking questions here in the Discord, actually. So, some good things in there. One question on everybody's mind is, this whole coronavirus thing is just really going off the rails, and people are concerned if it cancels WrestleMania, what does that mean for all of the independent shows and specifically the collective?
I mean, as far as I know, everything is going forward no matter what. Like I'm just one of, I don't know. I think there's like 20 events happening at the collective. So, from everything that I've been told and the communication with everyone that's organizing it is this thing is going to go forward. Pretty much. I mean, it's way different than the WWE. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
Like independent shows canceling, like with all this money invested, like it's hard to come back from that.
Sure.
So, I think we're all going all in. Outside of a, government involvement or something, like I think it's going to happen. It's only a few weeks away. Like, people are traveling, there's flights booked, there's all, there's Airbnbs are booked and hotels are booked. And,
Yeah.
I just don't think that, at the independent level, you can really take that kind of hit.
Yeah, I mean, it's the state of Florida were to step in and want to do something, like you said, some sort of government deal, then whatever, there's nothing we can do.
There's nothing you can do. And
Right. But I mean, as of WWE has said that they're going to go forth with
Right.
Mania right now. They have no plans to cancel things, it would seem. So,
yeah, and I mean, I haven't, to be fair, I haven't really done a ton of research on the coronavirus. I do know, I am aware of it, and I'm aware that there's some large things that have been shut down at the last minute that are questionably bigger than WrestleMania. But
yeah, I mean, the Arnold Classic last weekend was pretty much
and
shut
South by
down.
Southwest, as
South
well.
by Southwest. Now, a lot of this is, of course, rumor and innuendo, but there are some stories out there. If this helps people who are concerned about the travel, there are some stories out there that South by Southwest was actually losing sponsors over this, and they were pulling out, and then that led to an issue with the funding, and ultimately that's why they did it, not necessarily because of coronavirus.
And I mean, I could be wrong.
concerns, but
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure like South by Southwest is probably like a really large nonprofit or something like that. A lot of those things, a lot of those festivals are.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, as far as I know, everyone is, all systems go to Tampa. If you have not, or you're on the fence about coming, I'm just gonna tell you right now, like some of the flights right now are like $60 from
Dirt
Cleveland.
cheap.
I got mine for $68.
You know, Wadsworth and Tom Dunn were not going to come and make the trip, and then all of a sudden flights were $64, and now they're going to be in the house. So
Dave, you flying?
no,
Driving.
Driving.
He's in a
Driving.
carpool.
we're gonna get into that. In a minute.
Okay. I'll
We're
sorry
getting
for
to that
jumping
in a
ahead,
minute.
Thorne. Sorry.
But yeah. So as far as I know, everything is a go. Our tickets are not selling as hot as they were last year, but the group packages have sold double, approaching triple to what they did last year. So it's kind of like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's even, but it's like I can only really see those numbers for us, and it's like, I would like them to get stronger here in the next few weeks heading in.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And that's really my only concern with the whole coronavirus thing. Like, I'm not worried about getting it or anything like that. I'm just worried about
People going to the show.
no, like I'm worried about like the fear that is being produced out there, and like people are just staying home. But yeah, there's so I'm hoping things all come together. It's like we're all kind of in a holding pattern. There's nothing, I'm not gonna pull out because I'm just in too deep.
Yeah. I mean, I've done a little bit of the reading on the coronavirus, and a lot of it, it's kind of like the flu going around. I don't know, maybe it's a little bit worse, but it's
the flu.
It's one of those things where folks take care of yourselves. By all means, if you don't wash your hands, generally speaking, maybe wash your hands. All right. That's a good rule of thumb. I can't believe I have to say that to adults on a podcast, but practice good hygiene. That's going to help you not catch and contract the coronavirus.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to give any medical advice. But
I was in 4 airports this weekend, so I'm fine. I feel good.
Yeah.
I'm strong.
I like the memes that go out there. There's the Cleveland version now. Have you've seen this?
Yeah,
with
if
with
you've been to
Peabody's.
Peabody's or the Lido Lounge, you're immune.
you can survive the coronavirus.
I guess we're good then, Thorne, huh?
Yeah, I've been in both those places.
Yeah, same
I've been
here.
to Peabody, so
Couple
I guess
times.
I'm in.
Yeah.
I just was at the Lido not that long ago, actually. But
Allegedly.
yeah, so as far as I know, I know as much as everybody else. I'll say that. Like, there's no secret, like, behind the scenes planning going on.
Right.
Like, nobody's making a decision on any of that stuff. Like, it's kind of like unless like there is a government step in, like, state of emergency situation, like, all those shows at the Collective are gonna happen. And WWE, I do not see them shutting down, but
The only thing I could see the WWE doing is maybe not doing Access. But I don't see this affecting the actual WrestleMania event at all, because when it comes down to it, it's stockholders, and this is their money. This is what they report as their big earnings for this essential quarter. So
Yeah.
I don't see them shutting down the actual show. I could see Access being a casualty more than anything.
Yeah, but even then, it's just like, why? Like, if you're gonna do WrestleMania with
True.
80,000 people, like, why not do Access with 5,000?
We're going live.
Even before we get to Mania, we have a Gauntlet for the Gold coming up in just under 2 weeks as a promoter, and there, as of this recording, knock on wood, there have not been any reported issues, I believe, in Ohio or the greater Cleveland area. But because everybody freaks out over these things, is there some concern just in live events in general like that?
Like, it's going to be hard to tell because Cleveland is traditionally like a week of ticket buying town.
Yeah,
So
for everything.
I will say that the Gauntlet tickets are like way ahead of schedule without like a big signing name.
All right.
So that feels good right now.
We also haven't even hit the streets for that.
Yeah, like no flyering or anything.
That's wild.
But
They used to flyer at FCW.
yeah, I saw that. Dave the Potato's gonna give a flyering seminar at the school one of these days.
Now we're talking.
But yeah, I mean, there's a concern. Obviously, you have to be concerned, but it's also one of those things where it's like it's out of our hands to do. Like,
Yeah.
and like entertainment in general. Like. entertainment, like the whole entertainment industry has schedules and they have tours and, you know, like
Yeah.
there's musical acts and everything else, you know, like there's stuff going on in every city in America pretty much, like some kind of entertainment going on. So it's like, it's hard to, you can't just stop it all. And you know, it's kind of like a wait and see thing.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Calling for the Gold, it's 3 days after St. Patrick's Day, which traditionally has like 100,000 people in downtown Cleveland. If you're taking off work and you're going out for St. Patrick's Day, you're going to be fine coming to the Odeon in downtown Cleveland for Gauntlet for the Gold.
Yeah, I think, you know, I think there are definitely some people that are overly concerned, but I mean, you know, who knows? Like, I'm not, like I said, I'm not a doctor, so I don't know what the impact of this thing is. And, you know, the only, like, I guess, like, knowledge that I have of anything like this is I saw that Dustin Hoffman movie, Outbreak, you know?
Oh, yeah, with the monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's all I really know about stuff like this, so. I'm just waiting to see what happens.
I personally think it's the flu with a stupid name.
Maybe, bro. I don't know.
Everyone's gonna start wearing stupid N95 masks and everything.
Yeah, but I heard
They
that those
are.
masks don't they don't even work.
they don't even work. Yeah,
it's
because
a
if you have a
it's-
mask over your face, you can't breathe. So there's gonna be some sort of hole or some kind of uncovering.
Well, it's not even, yeah, it's not even,
out
it's
there.
not even,
a former medical expert. You used to work in a hospital, right?
I mean, I've been in and out of the medical field for like 8 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I heard it's like viral, so like those masks are. It doesn't even matter.
yeah, it's like you can come into contact by touching things or whatever. It's, folks, again,
Just show up to
practice
the
good
shows.
hygiene, clean yourself, you know.
Yeah, so
that helps you.
I mean, we'll see what happens. You know, like that was a question that was in the Discord, and it's kind of like it's like a wait and see thing. We can't just you know go on pause, you know, and then you know the train keeps moving. I guess.
What's the story about your ride down, Potato?
Oh, Potato is driving to Tampa, and I was like, hey, you know, the other day I was like, hey, when you leaving?
I was here for this.
And he was like, you know, thinking like midnight Thursday morning. And I was like, the show's on Thursday at midnight, you know, or like,
Yeah, it's 24 hours technically.
yeah. And he's like, yeah, it's only like 17 hours to get there though. And I'm like, what? Like, what about stops and traffic?
Because you're going to hit 2 sections of rush hour.
And he was like, no. And Dave the Potato started grinding his teeth. He was like so mad about this.
He was fired up. Dave was fired up.
He was fired up because he wanted to work all day, wake up, then leave at midnight, drive 17 or 18 hours straight through,
Yeah.
and then get there an hour before bell time for AIW.
That's not a good idea, Dave.
Yeah, Dave, this is not well thought out, buddy.
It was. But
How is
here's
it
the
well
thing.
thought out?
Here's
How's
the
it well
thing.
thought out? You got
Not actually going to a show, but I've driven 90% of the way all the way to Orlando. I made it in 17 and a half hours.
okay. Well, I'm not time to pause you because Orlando's like should only be 15.
Right. So just add an hour or so.
You added 2 hours already. Okay, on what would have been a normal trip. You know, so that's already 2. You're already having to add another hour on to now going to Tampa. That would have put you at 17 or 18 hours. As well, you're not even factoring in the fact of how are you going to feel in stops? Because as of now, you know, head of all referee Jake Clemens not allowed to do our show. So we have rookie referee Xavier. You know, at the time when you told John and I this, we didn't think we were going to have Tom Dunn. So, you know, then your performance comes into question.
And
too.
I'd have
And
to be
I
out
don't
of
want
class.
that.
I
I
know.
want you,
I get
yeah. You know,
Well, listen, things have changed.
This is a big weekend.
Things have changed. Leaving at 7 p.m.
Okay.
Wednesday night.
Wednesday.
Okay.
I'm still working.
There we go. Okay.
But I'm going to
Making
take
that
a
money.
snooze. I'm not the first driver.
Who's the first driver? Who's in the car?
girlfriend.
Who's in the car?
My girlfriend, her
Okay.
best friend, Razor Sharp, and the 7 foot
Oh my God.
and the 7-footer Paxton Calloway.
What kind of car is this?
Yeah. What kind of car do you guys get to put 7-foot large Paxton Calloway in?
And razor sharp.
It's a 3-row, brother.
Okay.
They get their own
van.
rows. Well,
All
they
right.
don't get their own rows, but you know,
Paxton Calloway's gonna need more than a whole row, brother.
they'll be all right. They'll
Yeah.
be all right. They
Paxton Calloway's gonna have to-
agreed to the terms and conditions. They split the X.
Sit in the back and
Razor
put the
sharp,
middle row
huh?
Down.
Yeah, I heard what you're charging for this trip too. Razor Sharp could have flown back and forth to Tampa for about 4 times.
I mean, it's okay. Says,
You guys got an Airbnb?
yeah, we got an Airbnb.
Look at this
It's a
guy.
condominium.
Oh, on the
that's
beach.
right.
You staying on the beach?
boy.
Pretty close to it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Getting a little sun and fun in, huh?
Yeah, I definitely need to hit the tanning bed beforehand because, I don't want to come back looking like Larry the Lobster for J-Lit or whatever the next show is.
The
I'll
next
be
show
the
is going
rap
to be
show, brother.
The rap
rap
show.
show, yeah.
Gangster Rap made me do it with Psycho Clown, bro.
Well, I need to be looking, fresh and tan.
All right.
Okay.
Not like
see-
Larry.
What other questions we got going
Senior
on?
official Dave Dawson, full travel plan. Hey, make sure you keep a nice little video log of you and the Razor Man.
Is that you want to think? You want that to be a
I'd
thing?
love it. I think that's good Patreon content. We can
yeah.
add it onto the Patreon, brother.
Be like one of those WWE shows on the road.
Yeah, like what's
that called?
What is it? Ride along.
Ride along.
Ride along.
Yeah,
Ride
ride along.
along. That's a pretty long episode.
AIW ride along.
That's a
Well,
pretty
we chop it up.
With edits, you chop it up
Yeah,
pretty good.
We gotta have the
editing.
best moments. I gotta
Oh,
upload
yeah.
the best moments.
Yeah, we just chop.
How
it
many
up.
times in this, 18 to 19 hours you'll be in the car will you mention of your main event run with Jonathan Gargano?
Probably half a dozen.
Okay, honest. I like it.
I mean, it happened.
We know.
Yeah.
Oh, we all know.
Yeah, we saw.
So does AJ Gray.
Somebody had to tell him.
Another question that came up is I think something we planned on discussing, but so it's good that it was asked in the Discord, which again, $5 Patreon tier. You can get in the AIW Discord.
Lots of live chats and things going on there.
Yeah.
Our friend Reese wants to know, how did the Columbus show come together? And while it's still early, if all goes well, would you make Columbus an occasional destination in the year?
So the Columbus thing has kind of been in the works for about 2 years. We've been going back and forth with that brewery, Hoof Hearted Brewery, and they were looking to bring us in to do an event there. And it's a unique situation because this is finally achieving the dream of we are being hired by a place.
They approached us.
Yeah. So, and that's the dream as a wrestling promotion is you get that kind of like just like a wrestler wants, like you get that guaranteed money. So it's like, we have like a contract with them. They've been talking to us for 2 years, and last year when they wanted to do it, their budget was already spent for their different entertainment things, and this was the thing that's crazy is like this was set up officially about a year ago around this time, and for some reason they just waited until 3 weeks ago to announce it, which is kind of crazy to me. But yeah, that's really how it came about, is just they wanted to do wrestling, like a wrestling event as part of their big anniversary. I guess that's kind of where every year for their anniversary thing, they throw down money and bring in all sorts of different entertainment every year to kind of attract a crowd. And I don't know a lot about the craft brewing world, but I guess they have some pretty popular beers, and the big draw isn't even AIW. The big draw is the fact that you get the chance to buy their 3 new beers. That's
All right.
Looking at the tickets, the front row is very expensive, but I guess a part of that is you get, I don't know, you're allowed 2 allotments of the new beer or something.
Wow.
And I guess it's expected to sell out, and it's a very popular thing. It's it's like a whole different world than what I know about.
Yeah,
but-
we're kind of the sideshow to
Yeah.
this whole thing.
right.
We're going to be in a circus tent.
Yeah, some kind of tent. I don't know if it's officially a circus tent.
Believe it in a thing called love, Steve.
That's right. The lead singer from The Darkness is going to be there.
Yeah, real weird. But yeah, I think it's gonna be good. There's UFC is doing a fight night in Columbus that night, but
What time does the AIW show go on?
I believe 7 p.m. That's a big because none of that was on really the advertising,
Yeah.
because they're promoting it like a whole
thing.
a whole day long party.
Yeah.
But I believe the show starts at 7 p.m. But they're gonna have stuff going on all day.
And-
there's the guy from The Darkness is gonna be there, and there's other DJs that are gonna be there. It's like a whole day long party.
And one of the bullet points in this contract, organizers, big fans of Joey Ryan.
yeah, that was like this like I gave them like a list of talents that we work with, and I'm going legends. You know what I mean? I'm just like, who do you want? Like
Yeah.
and like cream of the crop, like top level WWE Hall of Fame legends.
Right.
Like I was like, you guys want Scott Hall? You guys want Kevin Nash? Like, who do you want? And they're just, we want Joey Ryan. And I was like, really? Like, out of all these names, and like that's no disrespect to Joey Ryan, but I was like, they're like, this is the guy that we want.
It's just not what you were ready
like
for.
this is what we were paying for. We want Joey Ryan on an AIW show.
In retrospect, though, a brewery name, Hoof Hearted.
It makes sense.
It makes sense. Yeah, that goes together.
It definitely makes sense. But yeah, so that's kind of how that whole thing came to be. I know some people were like, wish that we would have had like more, like announced it further out, and I was just like, it wasn't. It's not our. We're just like kind of hired to be there. You know what I mean? And like we're gonna give them a great show, but it's like we're kind of at their discretion. We could not start promoting it because they want to. They have their client base that they wanted to promote it to first, and we're just kind of playing the waiting game. So
it's very similar to when AIW is a part of the Warped Tour, I guess, to use a comparison.
Yeah, but it's similar, but it's going to be like
it's going to feel like an AIW show
like
when you're within.
They're getting the full AIW show to where like when we were at the Warped Tour to be like 2 matches and then wait, 2 matches then wait. Like this is going to be like a full on AIW show, but it's like we're just hired as additional entertainment as a part of this bigger thing that they're doing.
Right.
So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. It's an interesting thing. It just, and like when it was set up, this is the crazy thing is like when it was set up a year ago, I was dead set. We're not doing WrestleMania weekend. So like, I was like, yeah, we'll do that. Like, no problem. Now we have a show like literally days before Tampa.
Actually, so starting Friday, March 20th, we have
a show.
3 straight weeks of shows.
Something that the fans have been demanding. Weekly show.
Within 3. Yeah.
Have they? I hope.
Have they? In 3 very distinctly different markets as well, Dave?
Hey, man.
Yeah. So
we're like the Big Fed now, brother. We're on the road.
That's right.
Yeah, and like
making sounds.
IWTV had asked about streaming it, but I was just like, I honestly don't know how it's going to go.
We're going to be in a tent.
Because we're going to be in a tent. There's going to be, who knows what else is going on all throughout this building.
Yeah.
So I was like, let's make it like, just a video release sort of thing.
I mean, there's a chance you might have people who have bought tickets for the full-on event, and people may be coming in and out.
Right, because there's going to be all sorts of stuff going on.
Yeah.
New faces. Love those new faces.
But yeah, I mean, if you're in the Columbus area, please come out, check it out. I think tickets are $25. And it gets you in, it gets you in for the whole day.
There's like there's like $120 ticket that includes
like a food buffet, front row tickets to the wrestling show, and like you get like multiple allotments of the new beer.
Yeah.
Which, like I was saying, like that has to be a big deal, because like that's really what they're pushing is like the 3 new beers more than everything.
Yeah. And I know some people have asked, like, this show will fit in the canon of AIW, right? Like, active storylines going. Like, but I think some people just thought it was going to be like a throwaway, like, pop-up pro wrestling show or something.
No, and like that's why I made our own branding and our own flyer that went out over the weekend, because like some people were getting confused. Like they're promoting it like how they promote a beer. They hired an artist and they made this fancy artwork, and it's just like, but there was no like defining like this is an AIW show, so some people were like really concerned. So that's why I got I just got a graphic of some people that are going to be on the show together, and made people understand that yes, this is an AIW show. It's not like a weird Joey Ryan volcano show.
Well, Joey Ryan will be there, so will a lot of the usual suspects.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I booked Tom Lawler. I confirmed him over the weekend. Take that, Dana White running against AIW in the same market. We'll show him, right?
We'll show him.
Tom will be there. Dom, you'll be there. I'm trying to think.
Matthew Justice,
We have a
Fonzie.
match. We have a match
Fonzie.
announced, right?
Yeah, it's
6-man tag warfare.
it's going to be Manders, Mance, and Justice against Rip City Shooters
There
with
it is.
Mr. Brickster.
Second gear crew taking on the Brick City
man.
Shooters.
Let's hope they get out of first gear and jump into that second.
Yep.
Because the
And,
Brickster's digging them holes in the
Brickster's
desert.
digging holes.
Yeah, and I'll just I'll drop another match right here that has not been announced. Sorry to our Patreon people. I'm just going to do a podcast exclusive though. We were going to do Joey Ryan versus Super Oprah in Columbus on March 28th.
Probably good thing that's not streaming live. That could get us canceled.
Yeah.
There you go. March the 28th. March the 28th at Hoof-Hearted or Hoof-Hearted. I'm trying to not say it
Yeah.
so that people get it, but I also feel like you're supposed
Brewery
to say it
and
so they
kitchen.
get it. Yeah.
Come on out. Have fun. Let's have a good day.
Super Oprah Joey
David
Ryan.
Potato will be there.
I'll be there.
Mr. Brickster strikes me as the kind of guy that would tell a story of going through the desert with someone on motorcycles and then not have gas in the one motorcycle, but Mr. Brickster comes back with a snake tie around his neck and is carrying the motorcycle.
What?
What the fuck is wrong with you, Steve?
What?
That's the Undertaker Big Show promo.
Oh my God. Jesus.
What else we got going?
It's not good, but it makes me laugh. That one
What
all
else
the
we
time.
got going in the Discord? What other kind of questions?
Those are the questions within the Discord.
There's got to be a couple more.
But really, here, people with those concerns. I mean, yeah, that's we will be at Good Company on. Oh, that's the thing that got brought up. So we'll be at Good Company on the 20th, but also
19th.
on the 19th.
On the 19th, Pod Van Dam is going to do a little meetup, buffet. I think they're going to have some live podcasts going and maybe AIW up on the TVs. Just like a fan gathering, March 19th at Good Company. I think like for $15 you get like unlimited buffet
Gabagool.
gabagool.
Which Josh Bishop had no clue what Gabagool was.
Some Tony Soprano eats.
Eric Stevens had to explain it to him, and I said, "Well, it's just meat, man." And he goes, "Do you think Josh Bishop's had any meat that's not fried before?" I said, "Probably not.
Can you explain Gabagool?
Just Italian meat, man.
It's
just,
like an Italian like spicy
yeah.
meat.
It's pretty much just a spicy Italian ham.
Yeah,
Italian American Dragon here to culture you, Steve.
that's what I mean.
Never had it. Should I have it?
Looking for you.
Dave, I'm shocked that you haven't had it, but yeah, give it a shot.
I'm gonna give it a whirl.
Yeah.
Come back to Good Company after some issues in the past.
I've been there after every AIW show.
Yeah, I know, but you got a rocky history there.
There's no rocky history.
From that night we filmed that first Potato Patch
Smooth
episode.
sailing.
Is it spicy enough for Dave the Potato to try and then record?
No, but I hear you calling Josh Bishop out on some Pocky chips.
Listen, Josh Bishop.
Uh-oh.
Hey, this guy is always yipping and yapping at the gums, and it's not okay because he's never had the hot chip.
Man, you're creating nothing but enemies today. Dr. Dan says when he gets off work, he's coming over here, and you guys are going to debate.
Let's
You guys
do
are
it.
going to debate like worldwide out there, working the doors yesterday for the Burn Man.
Let's do it.
Potato, have you watched this TV show? I think it's called Hot Takes, where they eat the really hot foods. It's a game show, and then they're asked like trivia questions, but right before you answer, so like you have to eat like a ghost pepper and then try to answer the question, but you can't really talk.
Yeah, I mean, I
seen this?
actually submitted my my information for that
Really?
show. That's a true story.
Oh, that thing that's on after AEW?
Yeah.
Yeah, I submitted my information to that because I think that would be sweet if I can get on that.
Wow.
You like hot stuff, huh?
Love it. Love hot stuff. Even though that Pocky one chip. Waiting on that Satan's toe. Where you at, Zach Thomas? You said you were gonna get it for me.
I'll get it. It's like $7. We'll film it for
we'll film
Patreon.
it for
There it
Patreon.
is.
That's
All right.
What is
that's
this Satan's toe?
It's like a sucker that's made with like
ghost peppers
or
and
something.
shit like that.
wow.
It's made with all sorts of
So like
crazy
it's not
stuff.
like a thing that you eat quick. Like you have to continuously suck on it. Shaggy Two Dope recently did it on his vlog.
Okay.
It kind of worries me because Shaggy Toot Up is definitely
He likes some hot stuff, bro.
holy cow.
And it was intense for him.
Yeah.
So,
It's got me worried. but I'm gonna
Shaggy
do it.
Two Dope. I will say this for all you out there listening. He has a really entertaining vlog that he just launched.
Yeah?
Yeah,
You got me hooked.
Yeah.
Is it a free
Yeah, it's free on YouTube. He does he does a vlog. It's him and this other guy. Like, it's not Violent J, it's just some other dude.
That's some rando, huh?
Yeah, I think he's trying to, maybe break away and be his own man. I don't know.
Wow.
But,
I'm a fan of it.
He's like, it's pretty entertaining.
Okay.
And I sent it to Dave the Potato because he just does one where he just sucks on that Satan's toe, and he's like getting stuff.
It is awful.
There was a beef jerky or Slim Jim or something that you said you were going to bring me to a show.
Yeah, I never brought it. I'm sorry.
What was that? Was that a spicy thing too?
Yeah, that
I
was made
remember.
out of ghost pepper.
That was a
chilies,
ghost.
too.
Oh yeah. I was.
They
like,
have that at what's that?
Was that 7-Eleven?
No, the what's that? They used to sell liquor. Towels.
Tails.
Oh, it's at Towels.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Towels.
I don't know if I need the ghost pepper. I think
No,
that's.
you're not trying to get hit for that.
Not really. You're like maybe you can start a food thing and be like Eric Stevens, who will soon be retiring and off to his
Making his last appearance on March
endeavors.
20th in Cleveland.
Yeah, March 20th is his last show in Cleveland. His last show for AIW will be on the
Tampa,
2nd
right?
in Tampa. But maybe you think you can find success in the food world like he has?
Hot food, yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, that could be
Yeah.
your thing.
That
His
could-
is
yeah.
like sweets and kind of like oddball
He loves cookies.
foods.
Those things aren't cookies. Let me just say this. For anyone out there, if you are like, oh, man, I really want to try one of these Eric Stevens cookies, they're not cookies. They're like rocks. Like, they're like giant rocks.
They're huge, yeah.
Like, it's not like a cookie. It's not like a chocolate chip cookie. It's like,
Sweet mound.
yeah, it will take you like days to eat this thing. It's just like this big rock of, I don't know. I had one that was like made with Reese's Pieces.
A lot of milk to dip that in.
Cookies and cream Sarasota.
You need like a whole half gallon at least.
I don't do milk. I just worked on it over a couple days.
Yeah.
But yeah, these things, gigantic cookies.
Very tasty.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a big sweets guy, but I like the Reese's Pieces one.
There it is.
What else we got?
Hey, what else we got, Steve? What do you got? What do you got for the good of the order?
I don't know if we got anything in the Discord, but
Nothing really
you
in
know,
the Discord.
I guess I'll say this: like, let's just pack the fucking Odeon on the 20th.
Yeah.
Gauntlet for the Gold, one of my favorite shows.
Joey
you never
Janela's-
know who's going to show up.
Joey Janela's going to be there. That's announced.
Yeah,
I can
Joey-
say
I'm
that.
excited for that.
I know you don't know who's going to be there, but I can tell you that Joey Janela will
Working
be there.
on. I'm negotiating with some surprises. You know, the mysteries are negotiations are ongoing with some ghosts of the AIW past. But
Really?
nothing,
That's what I'm looking forward to.
Potato,
My
who's your
favorite
number?
is-
Who's your number one mystery you want?
I mean, you really want me to disclose that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we wanna know who you want.
who
Yeah.
My guy, big league, John McChesney. That's my number one Gauntlet draft pick.
Wanting a return.
Been hoping for him for at least the past 5 years. John McChesney,
my-
if you're listening,
God, I don't think he's listening, bro.
slide into John Thorne's DMs.
You want that DMX, huh?
Yes.
No, he didn't come out the DMX.
No, you came out to
He came out the Tech 9 in
Tech
the
9,
AIW.
there it
My
is.
mistake. My mistake.
Do you
the real
you-
big timers.
The Beast.
Do you still keep in touch with him?
I talk to him every so often. I see him,
Why
time to time.
don't you ref for him over at Revenge Pro?
He knows I'm available. He knows I'm around.
Who else would you want besides that?
All right, here we go.
You can't say Johnny Gargano.
No.
All right.
No, I retired him.
It can't be an actively signed talent.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course not. Let me think here.
Come on.
Here we
People
go.
don't like dead air.
Combat Kid?
Well, we had to deal with RBI once, and I think Combat Kid would be the same ordeal. But Jigsaw, there you go.
Jigsaw?
Jigsaw?
Yeah,
For the Gauntlet? Like, not even a normal singles match? No, I just want Jigsaw for the Gauntlet. Come on, Dave.
Is that not?
That's just a weird one. Like,
I mean,
what-
I've asked for Ultramantis for a couple years too. He's a former AIW Absolute Champion.
You and the Weird World, I think, always want Ultramantis too.
Weird Body, man. He left all the group chats.
I don't know who that is.
He's officially out, I think.
I don't know who that. I know Weird Body died.
Evan left.
Evan.
He left all the group chats.
Evan Adams.
He left them all. Ambrose, that's a shoot.
Ambrose. Yeah. Sorry, got mixed.
Yeah, he left all this over the weekend. He left all the student group chats. Evan has left this chat.
Wow.
Evan.
What's the
Ambrose.
future hold for
He's out, I guess.
Weird Body
know.
Evan?
I guess he's out.
Oh
Don't
my
know.
goodness.
He's now just Evan. I want Dios.
You want Dio?
That's my number one.
Dio shows up.
He was
in the
coming.
Gauntlet.
He
You're
was
not
coming
even
to school for a while. He vanished again. Though.
You're not gonna recognize him if he shows up. That's
No,
for
he
sure.
was coming to the
He's
school.
going to school for a while.
Yeah, I mean, the fans won't notice who he is.
He came. He actually came to Gauntlet last year,
Yeah.
and I got to meet him for the first time. And
He's a former Intense champion.
I know I marked a little bit because when we did the first time I think we did the alternate commentary, we watched some of his matches, and I was like, man, this guy's great. That's a
Also
big
alumni.
fan.
Jamesport Roads alumni. Graduated. Well,
That's where my dad graduated from, bro.
it's a good place to graduate from.
So where you graduated from?
That's where I graduated from. That's right.
Wow, look at you now.
Look at me go.
Look at you. You're just on the rise, man.
Going up. Only can go up from here.
I mean, if we got nothing else to talk about, we could probably wind it down. You know?
Yeah,
we covered a lot.
We did.
A lot in a short amount of time.
We
I'll
did
tell
talk
you
about a
Dom,
lot.
what about your mystery guy? Who do you want in the gauntlet?
Yeah, who would you want in the Gauntlet?
Who do you want to have a stare down with if you're in the gauntlet?
Ooh,
I stare
gotta
down.
love a good
Oh, boy.
good Dom Greeny stare down.
Oh, good Dom Greeny stare
We
down.
need a moment. We need a Hogan Andre.
Just want Big Twan.
Big Twan calling him out.
Big
Oh
Twan.
my goodness.
Gonna settle this.
Bring in Tampa early at the gauntlet.
That hasn't been announced yet, Dave.
Oops.
It's all right.
Exclusive. Welcome to the podcast world, Dave the Potato.
Hey, whatever.
Cut that
We
out.
make movies, bro.
Hey, if that's gonna
Actually,
get
if I had
people
to
on
pick one
flights,
random person, Mike Modest, man.
My God, he's never been in the IW before.
Oh, you want someone
Is that the debut?
You want someone that's been in AIW?
I wish it was Mike Modest. I tried to get Mike Modest and Tony Jones for
Jaylet every year, right?
Jaylet. No, and then I did reach out to them for Slumber Party Massacre last year. Well, I reached out to Mike Modest first, and he said he wasn't interested. I was gonna run that back last year.
Oh, man, so fucking
Modest
cool.
versus Tony Jones. Mania
Former
Weekend.
AIW guy, not signed. That's a toughie. Let's man, not signed. Not signed is where it becomes hard. But there's guys that are signed that I'd want
Sure.
that face off with.
Not even maybe not the face off. Who would you just want to see roll in?
face to face.
Jerry the Butcher.
Jerry the Butcher.
Whoa.
Deep cut.
Wow.
Bring that machete in with him, man.
Yeah,
Deep
I'm.
cut.
You know, who I got two people that I would want to see.
Here it goes.
Just roll in real quick, just so we know how they're doing in life. I'd like to see Sean Schultz pop in
Okay, that's
All
a good
right,
one.
that's a solid.
and Mike Tolar.
Oh, I didn't even say.
Hey,
that's a
Mike
double.
Tolar.
The potato was rocking his Tolar Made shirt yesterday.
I was wearing the Tolar Made shirt. I think I might be the only one that owns it.
I think Potato's the biggest Mike Tolar fan ever.
I've always been on the Tolar bandwagon.
Love that Mike Tolar. Put him in there. I'd be happy. That would make it for me.
Well, I'm not going to say who mine are because I'm going to reach out to the ones that I want in there.
There it is.
Ooh, all right. Well, I think we call that a teaser
Suspense.
in the biz here.
Who knows? They may say no, though. You never know.
Hey,
Can I, as we're talking about like people that we tried to book for things, I have seen a lot of this on Twitter, and there is a certain big guy that people wanted booked on shows in Tampa, and some people have mentioned AIW, and we did try.
Who's that?
The big guy.
Oh, Ryback.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Ryback.
said he is not interested.
He said he was not interested in
I was going to do
shows.
I was going to do Ryback versus Alley Cat in Tampa.
and he wasn't interested.
He said no
we
thanks, bro.
Didn't even tell him it was Alley
I
Cat.
DM'd him. Yeah, I didn't even tell him. I DM'd him. I emailed him. I sent him a message on LinkedIn, and then I had Hornswoggle text him, and then he got back to Hornswoggle. He just said not interested. That's
Wow.
it. Just not interested.
Just not interested in
Did not even say like what would I be doing, like it just was like nope, not interested.
Yeah, it was just would you
Not
like to have a match
interested.
in Tampa?
Nope.
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 Wow.
No match.
He's
So-
trying to go back in the Fed.
I don't
I don't
know.
know what he's doing. He's doing stem cell treatments or something. Eating Wendy's,
Trying White
fucking
Claws.
junior bacon cheeseburgers on
Those are
YouTube.
good.
Did you see him do the White Claw taste test?
No, I don't watch any of them. Josh Bishop will just send me like a screenshot of him watching them on YouTube.
Wow. So,
so-
the Ryback's out.
So there you go. We covered all sorts of different things, and now you folks know. Before we even do a recap of that Tampa episode down the road, we tried to get Ryback. Yeah, we'll wind this down. Roll into next week. We still got things to prepare. John Thorne's got people to reach out to as surprises for you for Gauntlet.
I got to finalize all these cards because now I'm just like, I had a plan for Tampa, and now over the weekend I decided that I'm going to try to change a couple things up on it. So I'm trying to make some last minute shit come together. So we'll see.
So what you're telling me is the card is going to change.
That is a good way to end it.
Here we are.
For Dave the Potato, Dom Guarini, John Thorne, my name's Steve Guy. We'll talk to you next week right here on The Card is Going to Change.